I'd drive until I found a brand new start. But somewhere in the desert, when the sun was getting low, I realized I wasn't running forward just from what I know. The radio was playing something soft and kind of sad, about a man who left the only good thing that he'd ever had. And I thought about you standing in the doorway of our place, the last time that I saw your face. Somewhere between Arizona and you, I'm stuck out here with miles to go. Somewhere between Arizona and you, I don't know which way to go. Keep driving east or turn around, I'm lost before I'm found. Somewhere between Arizona and you. The sun went down and the desert got so cold, just like they say it does in all the stories I've been told. And I pulled over at a rest stop, tried to close my eyes, but all I saw was you and all your tries. Somewhere between Arizona and you, I'm stuck out here with miles to go. Somewhere between Arizona and you, I don't know which way to go. Keep driving east or turn around, I'm lost before I'm found. Somewhere between Arizona and you. Maybe there's no distance far enough to run from the feeling that I've left undone. What we started, what we were. Maybe I should just turn back to her. Somewhere between Arizona and you, I'm stuck out here with miles to go. Somewhere between Arizona and you, I don't know which way to go. Keep driving east or turn around, I'm lost before I'm found. Yeah, somewhere between Arizona and you. Somewhere between Arizona and you. Stop for the night somewhere outside Tulsa town, at a place that had a vacancy sign flashing down on the pavement where we parked between two lines. Just another roadside motel, like 1,000 other times. But something about that night felt different than before. take us in the end. You said you'd follow me to wherever I would go, and I believed you in that Oklahoma glow. Motel lights in Oklahoma, casting shadows on the wall. Motel lights in Oklahoma, where we had it all. For just one night, in a room that wasn't ours, underneath the Oklahoma star. I've stayed in better places since those days, but none of them remain with me the same way. That cheap motel with its flickering sign stays perfect in my mind. Final lights in Oklahoma, casting shadows on the wall. Motel lights in Oklahoma, where we had it all. For just one night, in a room that wasn't ours, underneath the Oklahoma stars. Yeah, motel lights in Oklahoma, motel lights in Oklahoma. The wind was blowing hard across the Texas plains, so strong I had to grip the wheel to stay inside my lane. You were sleeping in the passenger seat, head against the glass, while I drove through Amarillo, trying to make the miles pass. I thought about the year we'd had, how much it changed, how we started out so certain and ended up estranged from the people that we thought we'd always be. The Amarillo wind was blowing everything free, blowing through my head. Amarillo wind reminding me of what you said about how nothing stays the same, no matter how we try. Everything just passes by. Amarillo wind. You woke up somewhere east of town and asked me where we were. I told you Texas still just passing through, and she was her old self again for just a moment, smiled and closed her eyes, back to sleep beneath the Texas skies. Amarillo wind blowing through my head. Amarillo wind reminding me of what you said about how nothing stays the same, no matter how we try. Everything just passes by. Amarillo wind. Sometimes when the weather changes, Every town along the highway had its own cafe with a neon sign that promised breakfast served all day. We'd stop and have our coffee, talk about the road and the dreams we carried with us as our only load. You wanted to be a singer, I wanted to write songs that people remember on a lonely night. We were heading east to Nashville with a demo tape, believing we were special. We were gonna make it great. Neon signs and faded dreams lighting up the highway. Neon signs and faded dreams showing us the way. We were young and hungry, thought we had it all before we learned that most dreams fall. Neon signs and faded dreams. Well, Nashville didn't want us, or maybe we weren't ready yet. Either way, we ended up with nothing but some debt. Memories of that highway with its promise and its pull, before reality could make us feel like fools. Neon signs and faded dreams lighting up the highway. Neon signs and faded dreams showing us the way. We were young and hungry, thought we had it all before we learned that most dreams fall. Neon signs and faded dreams. But I don't regret the trying or the miles we drove, the believing in ourselves, the stories that we told about who we'd be, what we'd become. We were someone. Neon signs and faded dreams lighting up the highway. Neon signs and faded dreams showing us the way. We were young and hungry, thought we had it all before we learned that most dreams fall. Yeah, neon signs and faded dreams. I've been driving for 3 days now, heading west. Left Missouri yesterday, won't stop until I rest. In California, where I know you're waiting still, if you haven't changed your mind about me, if you will. I made mistakes, I said things I didn't mean, pushed you away 'cause I was afraid of what we'd seen in each other, the future we could have. But distance gave me clarity at last. The long road back to you, every mile brings me closer home. The long road back to you. I've been traveling alone for too long, for too many empty nights. I'm coming back to make things right. The long road back to you. I'm somewhere in New Mexico, the sun is coming up. I've got half a tank of gas.